Level 1. The Clerk. You wake up before sunrise in a small apartment on the edge of the city, grab coffee from the kitchen counter, and catch the train downtown with your badge clipped to your shirt. By the time you reach City Hall, the lobby is already full of people holding forms, permits, and complaints they hope somebody can solve today. Your office smells like old carpet, printer toner, and paper that has been handled too many times. The line outside your window grows before the building fully wakes up. A man slides a folder toward you. "Can you approve this today?" he asks. You check the page. One signature is missing. "Not today," you say. He closes his eyes for a second, like you have ruined his whole week. You stamp documents, file forms, and explain the same rules again and again. You are not powerful yet. You are the person keeping the city's small machinery moving one file at a time. Level 2, the caseworker. Now you work in a state or federal agency, and your desk has become a doorway between people and the system. You still commute the same way, but now the office feels colder, quieter, more serious. You handle applications, complaints, benefits, records, or compliance issues. Every file has a story. Every delay has a face. A woman sits across from your desk and speaks softly. "I've been waiting 6 weeks," she says. You look at the file, then at the missing document. "We still need one more verification," you say. She lowers her head. "That means another month, doesn't it?" You do not answer right away because you already know she is right. That is the first real taste of government power. Not the power to command, but the power to move someone's life a little faster or a little slower. Level 3, the supervisor. Now people report to you. The work has not gotten lighter. It has gotten more complex. One junior worker enters the wrong data. Another loses a file. Someone is late with a report. Suddenly, it is your problem, and the day begins to feel like a long series of small fires. In the break room, one of your staff says, "We're short again." You look up from the schedule. "We've been short for months," you answer. He gives a tired laugh. "And we'll be short next month too." You nod. Probably. You start seeing the hidden structure behind the paperwork. The public sees lines, delays, and frustration. You see staffing gaps, overloaded systems, outdated software, and procedures that move slower than the people they are meant to serve. You are no longer just doing the work. You are trying to keep everyone else from breaking under it. Level 4, the department manager. Now you sit in meetings where budgets, performance, staffing, and political pressure all land on the table at once. You manage a unit, a branch, or a regional office. You are not in the front line anymore. You are above it, watching the flow. A deputy walks in carrying a folder and says, "If we approve these now, we won't have enough staff for next week." You scan the numbers. "And if we don't approve them?" He shrugs. Then the department gets blamed for delay. That is how government pressure works in America. Every decision has a cost, and every cost becomes someone's headline, complaint, or hearing. You stop thinking in individual files and start thinking in systems, risk, and optics. The emotional weight changes here. You are no longer invisible. You are now accountable. Level 5, the regional administrator. Now your name matters beyond one office. You oversee multiple teams, several offices, or an entire region. People call you when things go wrong. Reporters might ask questions. Elected officials want updates. Internal audits, public complaints, and performance reviews follow you everywhere. Your assistant steps into your office and says, "The senator's office is asking for a briefing." You glance up from your laptop. "Which issue?" She gives you a look that says everything. Pick one. You begin learning the language of power in America. Priorities, stakeholders, messaging, hearings, accountability. You understand that administration is never just administration. It is politics wearing a quieter face. At this level, you are visible enough to matter and busy enough to feel trapped by it. Level 6, the agency head. Now you are the one in charge. You lead a major agency, commission, or department. Your decisions are not just operational anymore. They shape policy implementation, public trust, and political consequences. You sit in briefing rooms where everyone speaks carefully because every sentence may be repeated later in Congress, on TV, or in a newspaper headline. A senior aide places a report in front of you. The numbers are bad, she says. You skim the page. How bad? She hesitates. Bad enough that the press will notice by morning. You learn how to manage crises without letting your face show it. In the United States, leadership at this level is always partly public performance. You must sound calm, sound capable, and sound certain, even when the system is not. The emotional effect is exposure. The room gets bigger, but privacy disappears. Level 7, the secretary, governor, or senator. Now you are national. You sit at the cabinet table, or you lead a state, or you stand inside the Senate chamber knowing every word can shape the next election cycle. You are no longer only managing government. You are part of how it is argued over. A reporter calls after a public hearing. Do you support the measure or not? You choose your words carefully. We support the parts that protect the public. The reporter does not move. That doesn't sound like a yes. You already know the clip will be played everywhere by evening. This is the level where politics, media, donors, lobbyists, and public expectation all collide. Your schedule is crowded with meetings, but your mind is crowded with consequences. You feel powerful now, but you also feel watched. Level 8, the president. Now the whole country wakes up through you. Every crisis reaches your desk. The economy, foreign relations, war, disasters, protests, legislation, appointments, public confidence. Your phone never really stops. Your advisors tell you what the markets are doing, what Congress is saying, what the headlines will say by noon, what the allies think, and what the opponents are preparing. Your chief of staff enters early and says, "You need to see this now." You look at the memo and ask, "How serious is it?" He pauses. Serious enough that the next 10 minutes matter. At this level, you are no longer just leading the government. You are carrying the weight of the country's expectations, fears, and hopes all at once. Late at night, when the Oval Office is quiet and the rest of the building has gone still, one aide asks softly, "Does it ever get easier?" You look out at the lights of Washington and answer, "No, you just get used to the weight." Because at the highest rank in U.S. government, you do not simply lead the state. The state begins to live through you.